rise and shine. It is a beautiful day here with the tribe, okay? Because we is just living and loving on the Father. He is just so amazing. So today is January 20th, 2022, and it is 8:58 a.m. Okay, and I am here at the water. And guess what? Two of my favoriteest things in the world is happening right now, okay? So number one is I'm here at the water, and number two is it's raining. And I absolutely love the water, and I love when it rains. So when I woke up this morning, I heard it. I was laying in bed, and I was just like, "Ooh, it sounds like it's raining today." And I looked at, I was like, I wonder, but you know how you just wake up in the morning, you just be so lazy, like you don't feel like moving, like, and not only that, but when I get up in the morning, I kind of like to just lay there and kind of just take in the morning and listen to what it is, because sometimes the Father will feed your spirit early in the morning. So I just like laying there in the quietness, and I'm just like, okay, Father, what is it that you have to say to me on this morning before I start my day? And so he downloads so much stuff into my spirit early in the morning. So I was laying there and I was just like, I don't want to get up. I'm just enjoying this morning, and I could kind of hear the rain, and it sounds like it's coming down out there. So I grabbed my phone and I looked at my weather app, and sure enough, it was raining. So I was like, I got to get to the water. So today's message is going to be on don't rush the process. Your time is coming. Okay, that's gonna be today's word. Now, the Father gave me like a whole list of things to talk about. Okay, He gave me like a whole entire list of things, and I just been kind of having them in my phone, and I've been doing videos, but I've been like, he just like is so he's just like always like talking to me and speaking to me and giving me a word. So a lot of times when I come on here to do these videos, I speak about whatever it is that he's dropping into my spirit for the moment, but I don't always go over this list that he's giving me, right? So this morning he was just like, you need to start knocking that list down. Like, I gave it to you for a reason, a purpose, and it was not to just sit on your phone. So you need to start talking about these topics. So don't rush the process. Your time is coming. So a lot of times, like when we waiting on the promises of the Father, we waiting for his movement, to happen. We just get so impatient, and I am guilty of this. All right. Because I am the same way. Like, I'm a wait, like I have a lot of patience. Okay. And it's like, even though I have a lot of patience, he's working on me to develop even more patience. Right. Because it's like, I could wait for a good couple of months. Like, I'm good. I'm solid on that. Right. But after that, I'm like, wait a minute, it's what day? It's what time? It's what hour? It's what month? It's what year? And it still ain't okay, Father, like, this is enough. Like, something got to give. I can't take this no more. I'm not about to do this a second longer. I've had enough, right? And what a dangerous place that is to be, because now you start to take things into your own hands because you feel like the process isn't happening quick enough. You feel like the process is taking too long. You feel like you've been standing on this promise. You've been hoping. You've been having faith. You've been trusting. You believing, and you don't see nothing happening. Nothing at all happening. Like, when you look around you, it's just like crickets in the atmosphere. And you like, Father, like, what is happening? Like, am I going crazy? Because I know what you put into my spirit. I know the confirmations that you've given to me, for me to confirm that which you've spoken to me. But I don't see nothing happening. And here I am, I'm waiting. I'm like looking like a fool out here in these streets. I'm out here telling people that, yeah, I'm about to move. I'm about to get this big, beautiful house, or I'm about to get married, or you might not have no kids, and you just telling people how the Father's going to bless your womb, and you about to, have this baby, or you about to be promoted to this new position, right? And so you like really out here setting yourself up, right? really putting yourself out there and putting your neck on the line, and you speaking of the good things that the Father has shown you. And nothing ain't happening. And now people starting to look at you, okay? So now not only are you looking at yourself, but now the people that you've disclosed these promises or this promise to, they looking at you like, sis, I don't know if you realize this, or bro, I don't know if you realize this, but it's such and such time, okay? It's such and such date. It's been about like 3 years now, okay? And you've been speaking about this promise for 3 years now, and it seems like you're still in the same position. It seems like to me like you're still struggling. It seems like to me like you're still in that same position at your job. It seems like to me that you're still driving that same car. It seems like to me that you still ain't got no kids. It seems to me like you still ain't married. What's happening? What's happening? Because at this point, I'm believing that you're just talking, right? But what a beautiful place it is to be when you are setting yourself up to trust upon the Father, because he is going to deliver that which he has promised to you. Okay. And I don't mean that you have your own intentions and you have your own motivations and you have your own promises and you hoping and you believing and you trusting that somewhere, hopefully, that the Father, his will is going to match your will. Sometimes, he might just be like, okay, I'm going to give you the desires of your heart. That's your will. That's what you want. Here you go. Okay, I got you, brother. Okay, I got you, sister. I got you, son. I got you, daughter. Here you go. But you can't bet on that, right? Because you have to, no matter what, you have to pray his will for your life, because guess what? His will is always going to come to pass. His will is going to proceed forth without fail. Best to believe that if he sends his word, it is going to accomplish that which he sent it to do. It will not return to him void, right? So when he speaks that word out into the atmosphere, it is so. It is done. You just literally have to wait for that appointed time. You have to wait for that appointed moment for it to come into fruition. But best believe, okay? And you could bet your last red cent on it, that if he spoke it, it's going to happen. Period. No ifs, ands, no doubts about it. I don't care if it happens 4 years, 5 years from the date that he spoke it to you. It is going to happen. Okay? And it's things that he done spoke to me like, gosh, years ago. Okay? Years ago. Okay? Over 12 years ago. He's spoken certain things to me. And I believe it still to this day in 2022. Okay, I still believe that what he spoke to me, it is going to be. It is going to happen. It hasn't manifested yet, but guess what? It's because it's not his appointed time. And I don't know the hour or the time or the second or the moment or the minute when he's going to change things around, but he can do it in a blink of an eye. Like you can literally go to sleep and wake up in your promise. You can literally go to sleep and wake up and you in your purpose. You can literally go to sleep and wake up and you married. You can literally go to sleep and wake up and you are carrying a child. You can literally go to sleep and wake up in your mansion. Okay? So it just only takes a second. It only takes a second for the Father to move. Okay? With man, it takes a moment. You got to work at a job for a couple of, years. You might have to put some hard work in. You might have to pray your way through. You might have to raise all your kids. Now they grown, okay? And this promise still ain't happened. And for you, it might seem like forever. It may seem like a decade or more. You like, what is happening? Like, I'm believing and ain't nothing happening, right? So for us, what takes years, for the Father, it takes a second. It takes a moment. It's like he's in an outer realm, right? He's like in an atmosphere. He just exists, right? And then for a moment, he steps into time. And when his presence steps into time, when his presence steps into your life, when his presence steps into that moment, he changes everything. Everything in a moment. What you've been hoping and praying and wishing and believing for years, he will make it come to pass in only a moment, y'all. A moment. That's it. That's all it takes. Is for one moment. for everything to change. So you cannot rush the process. Okay? You might have to go through some things. There's some things, unfortunately, when you trusting and believing and you following his will, and his will is truly what you desire for your life, and you desire to see the promises that he's giving you come to pass. It's some things that you got to go through. Okay? It ain't just he's giving you this promise and boom, you gonna get it. No, like it might be purging that gotta go on. It might be things that you gotta change about yourself. I don't know what's in my eye. It feels like piece of lint. It might be changes that he want to bring about in your life. It could be that he's trying to remove certain individuals from out of your life, okay? Because he don't want to give you this good promise, and now it's gone, or taken away from you because you connected to the wrong people and they caused that promise he's giving you to fail. He's not going to do that. Okay. When he gives you something, he's going to give it to you and it's going to be yours to keep. It ain't going to be, he going to give it to you and now he something going to come along and snatch it back. Like that ain't going to happen. Okay. So you gotta trust the process. Whatever he is telling you to do, you just have to do it. Okay. I don't care if he said go out and buy a new pack of underwear. If that's what he's impressing upon you to do, then you do that. Just do whatever it is, because you never know what's the reason for why he's telling you to do these things. Like I know me myself, like, we've been, the father and I, like he just been giving me lists. Okay. On my phone, in my notes. Everything he drops into my spirit that I need to do, I have like a to-do list, okay, from the Father. I have a to-do list in my phone. And whenever he drops something into my spirit, I just like write it in my phone. And then, when I wake up and I'm starting my day, I'll go over that list. Okay, what didn't I do yet? What did I do? And I'm like literally checking off the things that he's given me to do. I'm literally checking it off every day as I go along. So I know that whatever I have not done, that I'm going to get to it. Right? That I'm going to make sure that I get to it. And that's another thing. Like when he's giving you something to do, make sure you get to it quickly. Okay. Don't take too long to get to it, because you're only holding up your own self. You're only further delaying the process of his promise coming to pass into your life when you're not doing things that he's telling you to do in a sufficient amount of time. Like if he told you to do something and it's almost a month later and you still have not done that thing, well, guess what? He got all day, he got all year, he got, forever to wait. Okay, so you just holding yourself up by not doing what the Father has put on your agenda to do. Okay, because not your will, but his will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So when he speaks, you need to get motivated about what he's telling you to do. All right. And, life goes on. Life happens. He understands that. He gets that. Like, he knows that, you got responsibilities, kids, work, life is happening. Okay. He gets it. But don't delay in what he's telling you to do, because you're going to want to go ahead and do what he's putting on your agenda before you do anything else. Okay. Because you know that he's trying to take you to that good place. He's trying to get you to that promise. So you have to act speedily. You have to. That's like if you know that you got a job opportunity waiting for you. Like they ready to give you the job and everything. They got it already lined up. They got your name on the schedule. They done gave you your badge. They done already put you in payroll. They done already gave you your hours for the week. They done already told you what it is that you're going to be doing in that job position. And they say, okay, we already got everything all set up. All you need to do is fill out this application. When you fill out this application, I'm going to need you to hand it in. After you hand in the application, then we're going to send you for a background check. Once the background check clears and you do your fingerprints and all that good stuff, and then we're going to send you for a drug test. And once that drug test, and once you pass that drug test, then you're going to be able to start this position. But you have to go through these series of tasks before you can actually start. But don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about the task. Just know that once you complete them, this position is yours, okay? It's already set. It's already a go. Your name is already on it. It's the same thing in life, okay? The Father already got your name on that promise. The Father already has your name on that blessing. The Father already has your name on that purpose, on that house, on that job position, on that vacation, on that child, on that husband, on that wife. The Father already got your name on it, okay? All you have to do is get in alignment with Him and go over your list of things to do, go over the tasks that He's giving you, and knock them out. And once you get through them tasks, there's no more left to do, all right? He done gave you all it is that He has told you to do. He hasn't put anything else on your heart, on your mind, and you just like, okay, I did everything, right? So let's go back to the analogy I just gave. You done did everything that you needed to do for this job position, right? You done did the drug test. You done did the background check. You done handed in the application. You done did everything that the job required you to do. So now, what's left to do? Nothing, because they ain't tell you nothing further to do. So now, at this point, you know that you've completed everything. And it's like, okay, now you just have to wait for us to call you and give you a date to start. Right? So now all you have to do once you complete the task of the things that the Father has given you, all you have to do is wait for Him to give you the date and bring you into that date of when His promise will be fulfilled in your life. Do you know when that date is going to be? Sometimes He might give you a roundabout idea. He might give you a guesstimate, Sometimes He might actually give you a physical date. But probably more oftentimes than not, He won't. Because He's just a Father of suddenlies, right? He wants to surprise you. He wants you to be rewarded. He wants you to be jaw-dropping happy. He wants you to be elated in what it is that He's bringing into your life. So He might not give you a date. He might give you a sign. Okay, when you see, I don't know, He might give you a particular date. When you see the 14th come around, you know that you're not far away from the date. Okay, so He's not giving you an actual date, but He's giving you a roundabout date. Like you can begin to know that your promise is coming into fulfillment when you see this date. Or, something, He might give you a sign of, okay, when you see a bird flying in the air. And then, when you see a bird flying in the air, you know that the promise is almost here. You know that it's not too far off from you, right? And sometimes, I was just about to say something. Where was I going? I can't stand when something is in my brain and it just runs off with the wind, like it just flies away. But so anyway, proceeding forward. You know that whatever it is that He's giving you, it's not far off from your promise because He's going to give you a sign. That's what I was going to say. And also when He gives you a promise, He's going to bring confirmation. When He gives you a select date, or He gives you a confirmation that, okay, this is kind of what you can use to kind of see around about when your promise is going to come to pass. He's going to confirm that. He's going to confirm that. He's not just going to speak it to you and you don't receive no confirmation on it. So be very careful that if you hear something drop into your spirit, that you take it to Him in prayer and that you ask for confirmation. Please, Father, confirm this thing. Okay, confirm this thing and confirm it to the point where I know that it's true and it's coming from you. Because the enemy is, very deceptive. He's a crafty one, okay? And it ain't even always the enemy. It's the Father testing you, okay? And He's crafty one, even craftier than the enemy, okay? And He will send them tests to see if, okay, I gave you this promise and I'm giving you this confirmation. Is you going to believe it? So now I got to send a test, okay? So that's why it's important that you know the difference between when the enemy is putting a thought in your mind and when the Father is actually speaking. And one of the ways of doing that is to pray for confirmation. Okay, because when the enemy does something, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be no confirmation associated with that. Like I've never had the enemy speak to me and then it was confirmed. I don't know if anybody else has. I don't know. But for me, okay, in all the years that I've been on my spiritual journey and this spiritual walk, all the decisions that I have made that has not been in alignment with the Father, it has been because the enemy has spoke to me and I believed it and I ran with the promises of the enemy without first receiving confirmation from the Father. without first asking the right questions, okay? And without first waiting for the right season, the appointed time, the moment, okay? Because when he gives you a promise, it's an appointed time for that promise to come into fulfillment. It's an appointed time for his will to come into alignment with your life, for that promise to happen. So you have to be constantly joined and connected with the Father in spirit and in truth. You have to constantly be having a conversation with him and just like, Father, like, listen, this, I can't afford to get out of alignment with you. Confirm it, Father. Talk to me. Speak to me. Speak to me now. Don't let your daughter, your son be led, astray. Speak and he will. So do not get ahead of him. Do not get ahead of yourself. Trust the process, okay? Trust the process. And I can assure you that it is coming to pass. So that is it for this video. And I am so very grateful. Okay, I just want to say this before I close, because I was using my phone, right? And I was going live like all the time like that. That was just my thing for the moment until the Father was like, okay, no more live. And when he said no more live, I was just like, what am I going to do, Father? Because my phone storage is full. Like I can record like a second of a video and a message will pop up and say your storage is full. Like Apple, y'all need to get it together, okay? Because I have an Apple phone. Y'all need to get it together with this storage, because enough is enough. Because I don't even have that much stuff on my phone. Like I erased half of my pictures. I don't have that much videos. So it's like, y'all need to get it together. I don't know what's going on with y'all electronic devices these days, but I am a big fan. And I'm here to let y'all know I spend a whole lot of money on these products and y'all need to do better. But anyway, so I was just like, my phone storage is always talking about it's full. Like, how am I going to do pre-recorded videos and my phone is acting crazy? And the Father was like, that tablet that you brought, that's not being used, that's just sitting around collecting dust. Okay? And I was like, that's right, I do got my tablet. So that's what I'm recording on, y'all. I'm recording on my tablets. So yes, that's just a little side testimony, okay? Because he's just so good. He gives you the littlest things, and it's already within your reach, and you don't even know it. Look, he done already made a way. He already has your out date, and you here thinking about your beginning, okay? You just at the beginning. He already at the end. Do you hear me? You just thinking about your beginning, and he already at the end. He already got a way. He makes a way out of no way. So keep your trust, keep your faith, keep your spirit, your hope, your love, your everything. Keep it in the Father. And until next video, I will see y'all later.